Today I want to talk about very serious matter, imposter syndrome. But my smile doesn't make sense with that script, okay? So let me fix my facial expression. It's very hard and difficult for me to record video without a smile. Well, it's not bad. Actually, it's look good and energetic, but that's not the topic. If possible, I'll make another video about this. So let's come back to the main point without getting distracted by my own thoughts. So do you know what imposter syndrome is? Maybe you don't, or maybe you do. But you just don't know the name for it. So in this video, we are going to talk about imposter syndrome that I've already mentioned. So have you ever felt that whatever you have achieved in life is just luck? And that one day people will suddenly realize you are not as capable as they think you are. And you also feel that you don't truly deserve the appreciation you receive. And if you feel this way, this feeling has a name, which is called imposter syndrome. So in simple words, imposter syndrome is doubting your own ability even when you are actually good at what you do. And if you're an English learner, there's high chance you have felt this. And today I want to talk about this in today's video, because English learning is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's deeply connected to how we see ourselves and how we judge our worth and how much permission we give ourselves to speak. And because I personally feel as an English learner, even my sentence is correct, I developed a bad habit checking my sentence and my text twice and thrice and 4 times to just make sure if I'm making mistakes. So I'm very cautious, and it's a sign of imposter syndrome. And this is not only my problem. I have noticed something very common among English learners. They might understand English very well. They might write decent English. They might even speak clearly, but still, somewhere inside, they feel like they are pretending, like they are acting confident, like they're not good enough to speak freely. So you could be having a normal conversation and suddenly thought appears in your mind. What if I say something wrong? What if they think I'm an idiot? This is my biggest fear. What if they realize my English is not that good? What if my pronunciation is great but my English is horrible? This is also my problem. I'm very cautious every time while speaking and pronouncing words, because my accent is a little fancy. I cannot speak in Indian accent. I stutter a lot. But my English is not very decent. I'm working on it. So, and I only realize when I record video, because then I couldn't speak a word without without looking at my script. So that's why. So I also feel like, what if they think I'm fake? And just like that, when you think like that, your voice becomes softer, your sentence becomes shorter, and your confidence disappears. Not because you don't know English, but because you don't trust yourself. So that's how imposter syndrome works. You can say it doesn't attack your skill, it attacks your belief in your skill. And I've seen English learners who speak very beautifully, yet they hesitate a lot before every sentence. I've seen people who receive compliment on their English, but inside they think they are just being polite, and they don't believe it, even if people tell them. So this is a big problem. It's not a joke. So imposter syndrome actually is not a joke. It can affect your entire personality and your entire career. So why does this happen so often with English? Because English is not just a language. It has become a symbol. Symbol of intelligence, symbol of education, symbol of confidence, symbol of smartness, especially in India. It's not in other countries like China, and they're completely free from it. But in India, people resonate. People associate your intelligence based your English level. So when you make a mistake in English, it feels as a personal failure, as if your intelligence is being judged in that moment. And social media makes this even worse. So why does this happen? Because when we see people speaking fluent English effortlessly, smooth sentence, perfect pronunciation, confident body language, and that's the moment we compare ourselves to that. We don't see their practice. We don't see their practice. We don't see their early phase. We only see the finished version, the perfection. So we start believing a danger idea that everyone else is naturally good and we are just something pretending. But here is the truth no one tells you. Most fluent speakers were once exactly where you are. They were confused, they were insecure, they made mistakes publicly. The only difference is they didn't stop. Imposter syndrome makes you stop. It tells you to wait until you are perfect. It tells you to stay silent until your English is flawless. It tells you that others belong in English conversation, but you don't. And slowly, without realizing it, you start limiting yourself. You stop sharing your voice. You stop sharing your ideas. You stop expressing who you really are. Not because you lack English, but because you lack permission from yourself. And what hurts the most is this imposter syndrome makes capable people feel small. It makes learners feel like outsider in a language they are already using. But language meant to be perfect. Language language was meant to connect. And English doesn't belong to native speakers only. It belongs to anyone who uses it to communication, to think, and to express. So from now on, you don't need a perfect So from now on, you don't need a perfect grammar to have meaningful thoughts. You don't need a perfect accent to have valuable voice. And the moment you realize this, something changes. You stop trying to sound impressive. You start trying to be honest. If you're an English learner and you feel like an imposter syndrome, let me tell you this clearly. You are not pretending. You are not fake. You are learning. And learning is not something to be ashamed of. Every sentence you speak, even with mistakes, it proves that you are growing. Every uncomfortable conversation is a step forward. Every moment of doubt means you care, not that you are incapable. So you feel like imposter syndrome if you always think that you are not ready. But the truth is, you'll never feel ready. You speak first. You have to. Because confidence follows later. So speak even if your voice shakes. Speak even if your sentence is not perfect. Speak because your ideas deserve to exist beyond your mind. And one day, without even realizing it, when you look back and wonder why I ever doubted myself, because you were never an imposter syndrome. You were just becoming. So this video was all about imposter syndrome. I hope this will help you to get through this, and I hope it will also help you to make your English learning journey even more smoother. So that's all for today's video. I hope you like it, and please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel and share with your friends, and please, please give me feedbacks, how I speak, how's my expressions are, and everything about my speaking. Please let me know in the comment. I'd love that. Till then, take care. Bye bye.